So my name is E.R. Anderson. I'm the executive director of Karis Circle. Karis Circle is a nonprofit programming arm of Karis Books, and Karis Books is the South's oldest independent feminist bookstore. Usually we, do all kinds of things to promote Karis, but tonight is about promoting Outrageous Voices. Outrageous Voices is, as many of you know, an amazing writers retreat that happens twice a year in Georgia, in rural Georgia. And we are here to celebrate the Outrageous Voices showcase and to encourage folks to make donations to support the work of Outrageous Voices, but also to encourage folks to go ahead and sign up for the Spring Writers Retreat, which is happening Thursday, May 16th to Sunday, May 19th, 2024, near Atlanta, Georgia. You can sign up now until April 20th, and you can talk to lots of folks here about what that would look like if this is your first time. But maybe you're just here to hear some great poetry, prose, and song, in which case you're in luck because we got a great lineup for you. So I am going to bring up Becky, who is going to take us through our amazing lineup, and we're going to have a really fun time. So thank you all. Put your hands together for Becky, and thank you so much for being here.
Okay, wait, I'm not reading. Hi, everybody. Hi. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight and perpetually. Welcome to the Outrageous Voices showcase. Outrageous Voices is strives to be and aims to be a lesbian, queer, inclusive writers retreat. It happens twice a year, once in the spring, which will be May 16th through the 22nd, 16th, 19th, 16th through the 19th, and then once in the fall. And I don't remember those dates, but I'll know them the next time I walk up here. And we are an eclectic group of humans who come together because we love words and poetry and prose and essays and pretty much every form of words that you could think of. Some of us have known each other for a really long time, and some of us are brand new to the group of humans, and we're here to sort of give you a little smattering idea of the kind of things that you might encounter if you came to the Outrageous Voices Writers Retreat. And we're really interested in other human beings who want to join us, because nobody else can use your own voice, and we can't hear what you have to say from anybody else. So anyways, that's sort of who we are and what we're interested in. And we're gonna bring up my fabulous co-host, which some of you probably already know from her infamy here in this town. Karen G is gonna kick us off and head us into the night.
Thank you, Becky. So Outrageous Voices. There's workshops there. We do one of the regulars is Jenny Yates, who does astrology stuff and tarot cards. And it's a multi-generational space and conference, but we're sort of leaning away from conference now and going into retreat, because writing retreat is what we're going for. We're going for the new space, which has a pool and some water to float in. So if you're a merm human, that's very appealing. And some of my favorite writers are there and here and all around, and possibly you too. So I'm going to read of this book that's a lot of griefy poems, COVID survival poems, but it has some raw in it. Driving into Midnight, and I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna do this poem and then introduce the next reader. And this is a little bit like how I think of Outrageous Voices and the people there. There are women people who hold skulls, who reverse Medusa by Caravaggio and instead carry the heads of those who harmed them. Even if those heads are invisible to naked eyes, already ghosts, already irrelevant residue. There are vigilante women who hold skulls, fingers through empty eye sockets, bowling balls of retribution. And then there are everyday humans who hold skulls with their very own necks, taunting those who think themselves kings by wearing necklaces and pendants to ward off beheadings. I am one of those everyday, maybe sometimes people thankful for the skull I hold, the way the teeth in it hold back the forked tongue word, the insane bonfire of lies tucked in corners of my brain. I'm grateful for the skull that holds me just this shy of hysteria and furiously alive. And somebody else who is furiously alive is Jill Spisak. And what I love about Jill is there's been this like talk in slam poetry about like ageism in slam poetry and how many of us came to slam poetry. Even there are like youth slams all over the country, right? And Canada, all over the world, really. And it's not just a youth poetry. And Jill is living proof of that. I appreciate Jill because Jill is a crossover from Outrageous Voices who has decided to slam later in life, like so many of us. And yeah, so let's hear some of Jill's poems. Jill's a brilliant writer and performer. Give it up for Jill.
Well, when I walked in, Becky said, some people.
Try the other one for
No,
you.
no.
Hello, better.
Oh, that one is louder.
When I walked in, Becky said, there are a couple of people who are supposed to read who aren't here, aren't going to read. So you can extend it. And I thought, oh, good. Thank you, Karen, for a sweet introduction. I love doing slam. I've got a reading I'm going to do, but since I have a little extra time, I'm going to do one of my slam poems for you.
Yeah.
Okay. He, she, they do not accept the limitations the world plants in their paths. He gets another defiant PhD. They wear that red dress like a target. She wraps her hair in moonlight, taking any damn color she wants without reservations, charging into publications as though Billie Holiday hadn't been murdered for a song. Fear rises in me as I see danger everywhere she steps, spilling out of her skin like a rash. I need a word for the tinge of fear I feel when I know she's driving, which is different from knowing that logging trucks speed around, cut corners toward his blonde head. More like a box of matches beside a can of gasoline. A white cop pulling her over. A bully incensed with their slim chest and thick dreads, their slightly crippling shoes that won't let them run. Run! But that doesn't work. Wait until morning to drive, when your hair, glowing with moonlight, won't draw them towards you. Come home safe. I'll pick you up. Don't break my heart. Live on to change this. I don't know why slam poems make me so nervous. All right. So I have a book for sale at Karis, Witness Cremation. So if you're interested, take a look at that. This is a little chapbook that was published in 1991. And so the poems were written in the late 80s. So yeah, I'm a senior around here.
Hold it up to the camera to see.
It's called Rachel. And I did about 200 of these, and then I kind of worked my way through what I needed to do. And these are the ones that are left. Select your work, writers. Everything else disappears. Okay, this is a two-voiced poem, and it's the last poem in the book. It's the character and the narrator speaking and essentially breaking up. The voice is a delicate instrument. I will sail far out of sight of shore and flowers, away from all but intrepid birds, where the salt air breathes me, and night closes in, enormous, intimate, where voices that keep speaking of love might whisper home more clearly, or I lose sight of everyone, no voices. I'm okay, don't worry, I keep saying, like a sailor waving goodbye, off on the lonely adventure that hearing not a word entails. But the fragrant night surrounds me. I want to say to you, alone is a place of gathering, of pulling oneself into one piece, not even whales or a sea trout enter, not the striped sail of this boat, not your voice or the wild flowers that answer when I speak to you, a place where I dive in and breathe. Rachel, I'm the flower folding in on myself in your dry hand. How can I wave, smiling, knowing your absence like silence in a room that only moments before was teeming with dancers? Let me tell you what we're dreaming as we sleep wrapped together in the music and touch your cheek, the wind dancing through a stand of wild iris. Let's look together at the midnight sky with clocks chiming and the moon sinking into your skin, the clouds obscuring boundaries. There are all those shadowed rooms the sunlight hasn't reached into, all those shattered fragments that become one woman, one picture, one desire, and a moment in which we hear everything and emerge transformed. So in the early 2020s, I wrote another two-voiced poem. And this poem, I've struggled with the title for it, and I've titled it Non-Binary. I'm not absolutely certain that I know what non-binary means. So if I've got this wrong and you know that, please let me know. Okay. Should you bring dandelions? I have a tiny vase to hold them. If you send pictures of daffodils buffeted by February winds, memory becomes the vase. A chosen standing at my door with supermarket roses or birthday flowers planted rootless charms me. I puzzle out messages inside craft, and saying you are busy, I tempt you with jazz at the high. Maybe, you say, and my smiles last all night. This is the time of perfect anima, perilous, fragile, sweet. Oh, baby, you post a pic that doesn't improve elsewhere at all. You're not even here, but you have my way too much attention. I see the penciled in mustache, the roughened chin, the satin skin, flowered tie. I liked it, but I could have scattered hearts around like a field of blooming cosmos. You are rare, on a different continent with oceans between. It's a long way from my little boat, but oh, baby, are you doing this on purpose? Is there some middle ground? What are your pronouns? So every once in a while, I write these really short things, especially now that I'm trying to write longer for Slam. It's the contrary bone. This is one that just fell out. There hasn't been a single change. I haven't been able to do anything else with it. Yeah. Miniature portrait. Tonight, her hair made quarter moons along her sepia cheek. Okay, here's one more short one. Truth, like a fish, you might be quick enough to grab out of the water. Still, it's a slippery thing, a wild caught creature. Let's say this the classic way. Harm none. and do as you will. This is my most recent poem. It's a couple of weeks old, and it was written in Teresa Davis's virtual fourth Wednesday Writers Workshop at Arts Exchange with an X. So if you get a chance, check it out because she gives very good workshops. When I sat down to work on this, I found that it just moved itself into the shape of a sonnet with 4 quatrains and then the turn at the final couplet. So, okay. Metaphor Dice, a game by Taylor Molly. I'm reluctant these days to sit and stare out the window long enough to form the abstraction of a melody, something not too repetitive, with intersecting strands of chords bouncing around like light. We're determined to solidify it all into boxes with labels, words neatly nested in existing paradigms, a soul, seed storage, a fearless endeavor, while she tries to burn down the house of my body. All right, one last little short poem. This is one from the early 20s. It's called Who Cares? The new boat, a little sailor, grabs the wind and sails like laughter, as though there were no such thing as grief.
No!
Thank you.
Oh, wait.
Oh, glasses! Don't forget your glasses!
I'm 51 now.
Yeah! Grown up.
Glasses. I'm still the sweet girl forever. For those of you who don't know me yet, that's one of my nicknames. Some of these people have known me since I was like 21 years old. The Writers Retreat was my first lesbian gathering, other than my girlfriend. Ooh. But I literally grew up with this group of writers, and my chosen family of life that have been my, my all my things. My mamas, my papas, my daddies, all of them have come from relationships I made at this writers conference. Anyways, I know I don't have to sell it too much because you're already intrigued. But I want to do a tiny little poem before I bring up our next performer. Because I too sometimes only write in small moments. Oh, but first, hi to all the human beings who are with us virtually. What a very cool world we live in some ways. This is called Awake. In the tendrils of the early morning, I am centered here, stretched out past the edges of the night, remembering hot breath in cool air, remembering journeying on the rims of this reality, manifesting small graces for us as we grow towards illumination. So one of those humans that I have been fortunate to know for quite a while now. I feel like we sort of grew up together. I would like to introduce the indubitable Adriana.
Hi there.
Hi!
I'm going to echo what Becky said. Some of my most enduring friendships and relationships came from woman rights and this event and the evolutions of it. So, and outrageous voices. So, I can't come in the spring. I've got to go to a different conference for work, but I really, really support y'all and look forward to seeing people in the fall.
Amazing.
What?
You're a rock star with your work, too.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I'm helping a lot of people addicted to opioids right now. That's my whole life. It's consumed a lot of stuff. So that's right. Yeah, I'm a trainer for the state now. So all right, cool. So this first poem kind of goes into that. Once upon a time, I read a poem in Karis about therapy and how it was there to brainwash people from not being themselves. And now I am a therapist. Are there any are there any other counselors in the room? All right, cool. Well, this is about the process of making decisions. The decision is a chain. At first, you aren't consciously aware that a decision is coming, but you can feel something and know that at some point, not deciding will become a decision. Pre-contemplation, pre-comprehension, pre-consequence. You don't know it, but you feel it. A shift in the tonality of your sensing, feeling, seeing, being that something is different, that something has always been the same, that something wasn't ever, that something may need to change. The decision is a chain. You notice the links on the floor. You start to contemplate what change would look like. Your thoughts and feelings scattered like the weather, letting the farmer know what work there is to do tomorrow. You wake up from your distracted dreaming and start to wonder what would feel more of this or less of that or not at all. The decision is a chain. You look at the links realistically and see how they might fit together, figure out the strengths and weaknesses. You make a plan. You think about your feelings. You break it into smaller steps, even smaller than that, so you can celebrate your progress. Generate some serotonin as many times as you can so you can more effectively plan. The decision is a chain. The most important part of the decision chain is action. You have to pick up the pieces and put them together because you can think and you can feel and you can pray and you can ponder forever. But if you don't take action, nothing will ever change. The decision is a chain. Just like that, you made a decision. You picked up the chain and you changed, and I'm so proud of you. You pulled it together, you put it back better, took action, and things changed. Hooray! Just remember the weight of that chain can be a lot to carry. At the end of the decision chain, you'll have to maintain. Plan for what you'll do when the heaviness gets to you. You'll need to train to keep the strength to honor your decision. You may find yourself undecided, uncertain, unchanged. Do not be ashamed. Just think and feel about what you did or didn't do to take care of you. The decision is a chain. Even if you drop it and it all falls apart, you get to be grateful for you getting another chance. You face what's in front of you and simply start again at the beginning of the decision chain. All right. Thank you. It's evidence-based also. All right, let's see what I'm going to do next. As usual, I'm woefully unprepared. So let's see here. These are actually song lyrics, but I'll go ahead and read them. It's about microaggressions. Microaggression is a veiled expression of disdain and disrespect and desired segregation. Microaggression is a suggestion of hate through a smile and implied domination. How's this for clear communication? Fuck you and your microaggression. Microaggression is telling you who you really are based upon their all-important impression. Microaggression is flip harassing jokes without any adversarial provocation. How's this for clear communication? Fuck you and your microaggression. Microaggression is smiling eyes that don't recognize that many want our extermination. Microaggression is saying, surely it didn't happen the way you explained it in your explanation. How's this for clear communication? Fuck you and your microaggression. Microaggression is where you seat us and how you treat us despite our determination. Microaggression is ignoring or denying our reality through discrimination. How's this for clear communication? Fuck you and your microaggression. All right. Maybe if I have it by then. Let's see. See.
Music to lyrics.
That's true. That's true. Hayden's quite a musician too. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna do. All right. This is a poem about all the different shit that we're expected to do to take care of our beauty and bodies and everything else. And I love doing beauty rituals that are empowering because I want to, but not because I need to fix anything. So this poem's just listing all the kinds of stuff we are expected to do. Put on your face, use deodorant, exfoliate your skin, curl your lashes, detangle your hair, or you can't be beautiful. Apply your lipstick, brush your teeth, shave your legs, be perfect. Scrub the calluses away, maintain your manicure, wax your pussy, bleach your body hair. Narrow your mustache, suck out your fat, get a gastric bypass, or you can't be beautiful. Relax your hair, bleach your skin, trim your cuticles, thicken your lashes with mascara, apply concealer, hide your imperfections, eat salad exclusively. Be perfect. Wear Spanx, bleach your teeth, floss, paint your toenails, remove chipped nail polish, tweeze your eyebrows, use makeup brushes, do a mud bath, get a chemical peel, perfect your eyeliner, or you can't be beautiful. Sweat through a body wrap, inject your lips with collagen, freeze your face with Botox, minimize your facial expressions. Get laser hair removal. Contour your foundation. Improve yourself. Be perfect. Use yellow concealer for under eyes. Use green concealer for redness. Use purple concealer for jaundice. Cover all those covers with a heavy liquid foundation. Read beauty magazines. Be perfect. Compare yourself to others. Be perfect. Judge everyone by all of these standards. Be perfect. They can't be beautiful. Cut off your dreads, take out your piercings, hide your tattoos, glue on more eyelashes, or you can't be beautiful. Get permanent makeup, wear perfume, improve yourself. Be perfect. Know what season you are. Condition your hair, wash your hair, use toner to kill bacteria on your skin. Sleep in rollers, line your lips, add more gloss every 2 hours. Get fake boobs or you can't be beautiful. Use body lotion, use expensive face cream. Be perfect. Don't look ashy. Don't leave the house with wet hair. Steam your face to open your pores. Get set with hairspray. Hide any rashes. Use a base color, secondary color, and highlight color for your eyeshadow or you can't be beautiful. Powder your feet. Apply glitter. Get a spray tan, extract your blackheads, fill enlarged pores, use a primer on your face, lips, and eyes, watch makeup tutorials, be perfect. Look like airbrush movie stars, trim your nose hair, go to tanning beds, wear earrings, be perfect. Change the color of your eyes, get a nose job, wear expensive, boring clothes, straighten your teeth or you can't be beautiful. Remove your moles, wear contact lenses, shower daily, never smell like a human being, be perfect. Try threading, set your wig, draw on your eyebrows, wear pantyhose, iron your clothes, wash your clothes, shine your shoes, bite your tongue, place cucumber slices on your eyelids. Get a keratin treatment. Make sure your armpits are hairless or you can't be beautiful. Own diamonds, shave your jawbone, lift your eyelids, scrape your tongue, get hair extensions, get eyelash extensions, get credit extensions or you can't be beautiful. But you already are. Take a deep breath, let all of this go. Or you can't be beautiful. Let all of this go. You're already perfect. Thank you.
All right, KG, go for it.
Hi. So I'm going to do a little segue poem to our next artist because there's music in this poem. I quote things in this poem. You take home from the boy, but not the boy from his home. These are my streets, the only life I've ever known. Who says you can't go home? I dropped the car off for an oil change, and the boys in the garage are blasting Bon Jovi. The guy next door still rotates light bulbs in the house I grew up in, which makes me ugly cry. And even though all these men might be working class Republicans who vote against themselves, it can't matter in this moment as much as grease, oil, spare parts, filters, and calloused hands. I was 8 years old and running with a dime in my hand to the bus stop to pick up a paper for my old man. I'd sit on his lap in that big old Buick and steer as we drove through town. He'd tousle my hair and say, "Son, take a good look around. This is your hometown." And a smaller version of myself sweat as my mom cursed the baby blue Volare, without power steering, radio, or AC, as it stalled out on the main street of my hometown. And this is what I knew of classism then, lurching toward the curb for a pullover with dignity. It was a pullover next to the sidewalk where tears shed over the melting of spilled ice cream. On the way out, the bookend to my week, I visit the bakery, the same one I'd rush to after school, which doesn't appear to sell ice cream for melting sidewalks anymore. And I load up on sugar as the ladies behind the counter sing along with Bruce. We're all singing in a bakery karaoke. This is your hometown. And I look into my caregiver's eyes like, can you believe it? Bruce and John Bond, New Jersey boys who escaped and out-traveled me with rock stardom and still came back to New Jersey. And how we find ourselves here cleaning up, recognized and echoed. I feel kind of sad for not wanting to live here, but preferring the memories through the nostalgia of knowing a place the way it sings back to you when you live somewhere else. And aren't I blessed and lucky to be a poet with several homes geographically? This is my hometown. Could be several, just not where I come from. The older woman at the bakery gives me a National State Park quarter for change. One is from Michigan. Another state like mine, like hands, like calloused, working hands from the mitt to the pointer. Me being from the fist, nearly a knuckle. I remember my union organizing friend Amanda, who grew up in Albion, Michigan, whose cousins and teachers greased wrenches and cleaned chalkboard erasers. She would get this poem too. The way we are claimed by what we can't go back toward. In my other hand is a quarter from the park in an art colony, the relief of a painter in front of an easel, and I thank my mother for showing up like this. The way coincidences are signs for me in a loose non-religion. Who says you can't go home? I carry it around with me like national park quarters. When I am back in the lush green overgrowth of Georgia, I am back to my waking up routine of word games with coffee. It is a Wednesday, and I'm not working remotely, a whole expression full of metaphor. When I rest my eyes on the New York Times spelling bee, I can't make this shit up. I laugh like a wink from my parents as I figure out the pangram is hometown. And with that, because Lenny is a rock star, Lenny writes amazing lyrics that speak of home and experience. Lenny is also a regular at Outrageous Voices. And from when they first formed, it was Roxy Watson. Now it's just Roxy. And they play all over the place. They're amazing. Give it up for Lenny.
Hello. All right. Hi there. So thanks for that, Karen G. Wonderful. I'm Lenny L. I'm sorry. I go to all those meetings all the time. I forget that I don't have to say that everywhere I go. And yes, Becky did ask me to do some of my music. And then today she said, so you're going to do some of your songs? And I went, no. And she said, didn't I ask you to do some of your songs? And I said, yes, but I forgot. So I'm going to do other people's songs today, I think. So I do want to mention a couple of things coming up that I'm going to participate in musically. A dear friend of mine, Carla Cargill, passed away last summer. And before she got so sick, well, she got sick suddenly, but anyway, she had found her voice. Carla had always wanted to sing and write music, and she'd just never done so. And in that last year of her life, she'd found her voice, and she wrote some amazing songs and went into a couple of different studios and recorded, I think, about 8 songs complete. And then there's a couple others incomplete. But Carla passed away suddenly last summer. And those of us who knew her found the folks that had the music, the engineers, got it all together, It's been put together into an album, a CD, and there's going to be a CD release party the 23rd of March, Saturday night, the 23rd at Waller's. It's going to be a fundraiser for her two sons who remain behind. The work is called Leap Year because it turns out this is leap year. One of the songs that she wrote was called Leap Year. Before we have the CD release, a group of us have gotten together and we're going to actually perform the music. And I get the pleasure of performing one of her songs and singing harmony on a couple of others. And after we do that, then we'll actually play Carla's CD. So if you want to come out and hear some amazing music, please come out to Waller's on the 23rd for that CD release of Leap Year. And then the following Saturday night, I think 7 or 7:30, check on the Waller's site or whatever, but 7 or 7:30. And then the following weekend, which is the 30th, Just Roxy will be at Eddie's Attic, early show, 7 o'clock. We'll be home by 9:30. So if you can make your way up those stairs, please come on out. Just Roxy is alt country, Americana, loads of harmony, about 75% original music. We got a couple of new things we're working on, but I don't think you'll be disappointed. So, and Eddie's Attic's an amazing venue. So if you'd like to hear some good music, another weekend, come on out to Eddie's Attic for Just Roxy. Okay. And now I'm going to call up Becky to come back up with me. Adriana, I'm a winter. I'm a winter, but I don't know about the rest of that stuff. But I do like watching the very beginning of the movie Legally Blonde. For some reason, I mean, growing up as a butch woman, I never learned about all that stuff, and it was always fascinating to me to see all those amazing things, those secrets, those rituals that those girly among us did and do, and I'm always quite fascinated with that. Sorry, I hope that's politically correct. That I like.
We
that
don't
kind
mind.
of thing. I like girly girls. I'm sorry, and I like actually all girls, and I actually like most everybody pretty much. But anyway, now I think I've said too much. All right, so this is a song that was written by the songwriting duo of Costas and Melba Montgomery. And it was recorded by Travis Tritt and Patty Loveless. And also my disclaimer, I'm not a guitar player. I'm a bass player. You may notice I'm going to play it like a bass. So we're going to try to do this. Is it a cheating song?
I mean, I don't know if
It's kind of a cheating song, which is one of my favorites.
Pre-cheating song.
It's a pre-cheating. It's an after cheating, coming back, thinking around about doing it again. Song called Out of Control, Rage and Fire.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so let's see here if we can do this.
That's hot.
Okay, let's see. We'll try that. Gonna do it slow for that girl likes it slow. 1.
Today an old heartache came calling, an old flame I thought died out like some falling star. Instead it's rekindling dumb embers that may start an out of control raging fire.
That look in your eyes brings back memories. You still have that same smile that once warmed my heart. The bittersweet feelings still linger that once fueled our out of control raging fire. That out of control raging fire. Pain has no memory when you burn with desire. Woo! The flames, they grow higher and higher till we've reached an out of control raging fire.
Inside us, the passion is burning. It's too late to stop what we've started tonight.
How can we resist this temptation to restart our control raging fire? Our out of control raging fire. Pain has no memory when you burn with desire. The flames, they grow higher and higher. We've reached out of control raging fire. Yes, we've reached an out of control raging fire. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Where you going? You're doing another one.
Oh, shit. Oh.
That was just the warm up.
That's just to take up more time. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. All right, then. Well, then, since I didn't prepare any of my own stuff, I'm going to steal again from other writers. Thank you, Lord. For other writers. And yes, I do very much like to take people's lyrics and put music to them. So I work with Mindy Knott in particular on a lot of stuff that Roxy does. And I write a few lyrics every now and then, but nothing like you guys do. I mean, I'm in awe of the words and the power of y'all's words. I'm always humbled, I'm always amazed, and I'm always delighted to get to come here. These events, the slam events and Outrageous Voices, is just amazing. Don't quit. Y'all keep doing it. You're lifting me up. Thank you. All right. Whew. All right. Well, let me see. I got to shift gears now. Little boogie woogie, I guess, here. So this song was originally written by Willie Dixon, but I'm going to do it a la Diane. Well, see, that's an old person moment. I knew her well in Nashville, Tennessee. Diane Davidson, who's an amazing singer. And she did, first time I heard it done, I heard her version and I was just like, what a voice. Oh my God. So I tried to mimic her a little bit, and we'll try to mimic her a little bit tonight. And do a song called Built for Comfort.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Some folks are built like this, some folks are built like that. But the way I'm built, now don't you call me fat, because I'm built for comfort. I ain't built for speed, no, no. But I got everything that a good woman needs. Some folks rip and run, some folks just a heave and sigh. But to love me, pretty baby, you better take your time, because I'm built for comfort. I ain't built for speed, no, no. But I got everything that a good woman need, and some of the bad ones too. I ain't got no diamonds, I ain't got no gold, but I sure got love to satisfy your soul now. Honey, I'm built for comfort. I ain't built for speed, no, no. But I got everything that a good woman needs. Well, I ain't got no diamonds and I ain't got no gold, but I sure have got enough love to satisfy your sweet soul, mama. Honey, I'm built for comfort. I ain't built for speed, yeah, 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 but I got everything that a good woman needs. Oh, said yes, I do. Yeah, I got everything that a good woman need. Thank you, Willie Dixon.
Cassette. That's how well done. Man, I broke it. I mean, like, because I listened to it so many times. So yeah, we got all kinds of cool things going on, and that's what's so cool about showing up, because you just never know like what it's gonna be. I mean, there's been people dressed like Boy Scouts on the stage doing plays. There's been choral music every now and then. Like, you just don't even know what you're gonna encounter. But there's always amazing words and Scrabble tournaments. You don't know. But if you'd like to find out more, please go see our website, which is outrageousvoices.com. And I would like to give a shout out to Susan Roy for being our amazing web mistress, among many other gifts and talents. She made these really cool flyers that all y'all will please take one and put it up somewhere where you know queer people might be who might be interested, or put it on your own refrigerator and remember to register. But without further ado, I do want to bring up my amazing co-host and wonderful human who just, we've gone through so much. And watching you go through your life and not just survive, but thrive and find joy when it's really hard. I just really appreciate you and your example of that. And we bring each other along together. And your words are part of what keeps me going. So yeah, Karen G and Jill both have books here for sale tonight. If anybody else has a book here, let us know and we will tell people about it. Karen G, please regale us with your words.
All right. I've been going through some things. We've all been going through some things. I feel like we're all like really struggling. Or a lot of us are struggling. I've been cleaning out my kidhood home and doing grief stuff. At the top of the year, one of my best friends passed away, and it was pretty unexpected and very murky. And because of Adriana's poem, I'm gonna do this one. It's new. Float, says the shampoo bottle from a hotel room somewhere. Whether the truth is something I make up, misremember, or freely associate, I believe this is sample shampoo from the hotel my dad and I stayed in that February 10 years ago when a snowstorm froze the bridges to New Jersey, and we wanted to be close to my mom for as many hours as the hospital would let us. Float. Each hour, a small drop of morphine, a dripping, freezing into teeth of icicles, The landscape, like an Edgar Allan Poe card, gabled roofs, black and dark, out a lounge window, float. I remember cold sterility and yellowing skin. I remember sitting alone with my mom and just breathing before all the air would leave us. I practiced meditations unguided, thankful for all the Thursday afternoons at work in a dark room, breathing with bells. How it prepared me and couldn't for this. Float. And now, in the last month, arching up to house sale, the biggest let go, 10 years without mom, 3 into 4 without dad, many more without me, yet always a place to curl back into after the world kicked me. How, as an only kid, this is all 3 of us at once. Float. The new year begins with death, best friend, platonic life mate, anchor voice singing to me through all these times gone. Float. I decided to use what I have to finish this sweet-smelling free soap with its reminder, bobbing to the surface. Aromatherapy is real. Remembering me to water, of Viking roots, of amniotic, of what a body is, mostly. Take this time, if not away, to float. And then my partner shows up in this one. Icy rain, wintry mix, clods of wet slush. It's cold wherever I am. Windy toss about, brown, hay beige, storm fields, hints of green. Empty brooms of trees line milky sugar gray skies. Like this for days, which fuzz into one another. I want snow to make a pretty softening of all the ugly. I am too aware of my heart heavy, it's too fast beating, my newly acquired high blood pressure medication, scary glucose levels, the way tests don't show long COVID, but all the signs emerge to me in this menopausal body, now in gutting forms of purge, gutting, my gutter guts and how they twist. Involuntarily meditating, my new ASMR is the sound of Kelly's whisking paintbrushes, whispering lines, edges, and then the sound of the roller. The painter gulping sweet tea, wintry mix on the roof. I close my eyes to feel the pistachio and sky blue colors dry. I remember the feel of the new roller, soft as a shaggy carpet, now made sticky and spiky, gloppy. I am raw-edged, bubbled, waves slow and heavy like the bucket of primer sitting in a cold room. I will have to molt from this. I am not the same. I can't hold my community in the ways I'm used to, not this time, not with this. I don't have the blues. The blues would be a much brighter color than where I am now. Out in the country, borderless, yet another maplessness and legends as gilfs carve dug and etched grooves by friendly phantoms just over the ridgeline. This is fresh ink, stingy and needled, before the sunburned shed of it. What do you call the unalived ancestors of chosen family, but family? A view from these rooms that know my name. An interior monologue. I am a body of complaint, thankful that my green ink pens, uncensored, never complain, just drool on my fingertips and in my pockets, like the sheets. They just dry out. They just dry up when they're done, like I do. I want to live next to a mountain, one the sun must climb up over every morning. I want to live in many places and travel between them all at once, a triumvirate, my own Bermuda, recreate the three of my family on a map now that I'm the last survivor. Let there be a cemetery there, no locked gates or razor wire, just lacy wrought iron, burned out novenas, and dried marigolds, faded plastic flowers. One day I will be dead too, with literally no fucks to give. So I want all of the fucks while I'm still alive. My most solid companions are train whistles shredding the evening, the whine of metro, the squeals of their brakes, the heaviness of their loads weigh like bodies inside my body. My body presses up against darkness even when the sun is out. The shrieks of machinery echo my own. I answer questions with more questions because there are no real people to answer to anymore. Who do I want to be proud of me with both my parents gone? They were the only ones I ever aimed to impress. With them gone, I can only fill that need myself by asking what is left for me to do before I also leave. Maybe now I want to be proud of others more than myself, to fulfill all our undone, all our unfinished questions, all our unwritten. I feel the whole hole of not having a manuscript completed for them to read with pages of stories I never wanted them to know. And that's the result of this. I give myself all the permissions they can't grant. Home and approval are both memories, like a specific meal of meatball wrapped in beef strips with a side of salted buttered green beans and a sad salad of tomato and iceberg lettuce dribbled with diner Italian dressing. With house flippers offering to pay me cash for my family home, I feel a fanged protective, a sudden want to keep that never really possessed me before. I resent what it will become, something worth more than my parents could ever afford to make it. There's nothing that could be done on that plot that will ever feel right to me. We should celebrate a random day we did not die. As I type this, my colleague is talking about how her mother died on her birthday. I exist because others existed, but I survived because others existed, survived by forces of will. As mundane and unselfish as a shared pot of coffee. I work my whole life not to be viewed as selfish or self-centered. Let me haunt anyone who speaks curses of me. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'll close on this one, and then anybody else who wants to read, please share. What my tattoos healing taught me. Autumn's oranges squash over trees, and all I want to eat are bags of apples, Honey Crisps. Always only 2 left in the grocery bin, and ambrosias are even harder to find. I think about the meaning here. I'm always in love, in fall, or maybe that is with. Maybe I'm fall, Adriana. My blessings are leaf piles named ginkgo, named maple, but substituted with eyes. The owners of those eyes, how they still see sky and earth from hells and back. Makes me love them. Strange and frantic like swallows, hummingbirds, turkey vultures. We are freaks from our own forests. We exhume our own natures. Survival is our secret art form, the way we come up with scorched or decomposed parts and show them off. My arm is burning. My skin, I am in, and skin is amazing. It repairs. You can feel the shell healing, unlike other organs, and then here comes the itch. Molting is a tightness stretched across the wanting to come out and begs a scratching to let it. This is also how change happens. When I type, I am dyslexic and I don't look. I'm afraid I will stop myself. My eyes are sensors. Sometimes all they see are blocks, not even letters. Bouquet me Sharpie markers because I seek permanence on hard edges. I am soft. I squish. Someone told me the other day I helped make them a better person, and it reset a bone I didn't know was broken. My mission this time accomplished until the next one sets another bone I don't know is broken. My purpose in life has found me. We've been flirting for years. I've been withholding. I always thought I wanted to save another person's life with my language. I didn't expect it to save my own. And that toughness, the toughest freedom, is one of that kind of submission. Thank you so much. Give it up for Becky and anyone else who wants to read.
Wow. Okay, nobody came out to me at the break, but now's your moment. If you've got a poem burning a hole in your pocket, or a song, or monologue, or on your phone. And I'm gonna do one little piece, and then after I do that, I think we should do our drawing for the prize. So fun. Prizes. And then I'll do a last piece to take us home unless the spirit moves someone else. This is one of the few poems I actually got down during the pandemic times. And it was near the holiday. And I guess, to say a trigger warning, this talks about people who had to say goodbye to their family on screens. So.
I just guess I should have done a content one. Oh.
And Lenny helped me name this poem today because it didn't have a name yet. And Lenny said, "Is that titled Pandemic Poem?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is now. Pandemic Poem." It is now, and it is again. Time reclines upon itself, gossamer pastry. And so here's 5. Dad stoking up the fireplace pre-dawn, so Santa's gifts emerged from twinkling shadows. And here is 19, motherless, dark. And here are years with lovers and friends. Old Lang Syne rang loud and true. And right now, this suspended animation, slow motion horror show we long to embrace. Instead, gasp out screen goodbyes. It's coming on Christmas. Will the spirit visit? Can 3 ghosts come save us? I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Christmas morning will come and go. Some who are breathing shall rejoice. Some are just barely being alive. All occurs along the spectrum all the time. We are fine. We are holy. We are profane. We can only save ourselves. And all returns to most basic state eventually. Carbon, our bones. Coal in our stockings. Tiny lights in our hearts. Hold on, dear ones. Hold on. Okay, so who wants to bring the basket? Dun 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 da 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 dun dun. I'm excited. I love to give out presents. I'm one of those people, like, if I buy your present early, like, it's probably never going to make it to the holiday because I can't wait until you get it. Okay. I'm not looking. Should somebody else? Maybe? Jean. Will you pick our name out of the hat? What? That's amazing! Everybody you won a $50 day pass that you can use for yourself, or you can get $50 off your whole weekend of registration, or you can give it to a friend.
Awesome!
Or you could give it to a stranger who is,
Yeah.
lesbian, queer, yeah, all that. Okay. A stranger who wants to resonate, who is lesbian, or what I like to say is lesbian adjacent. Okay, so thank you all so much for coming and for staying and for being with us. So I'll end with this. There's a form of poem that's really fun to do even if you're not a poet. It's called an I am poem. It's a really fun, like, introductory, like, way to get to know each other. And what I like to do is about every decade or so write a new one, because
That's a good idea.
yeah, it's the fun thing to revisit, and all your cells are new, so why not? I am a conundrum of quixotic labyrinthine juxtapositions. I am part wise woman and part naive child and part ancient goddess and part healing trauma. I am tree bark and cicada song, long walks down country roads and the inky black of germination. I am a world of my past selves, trying to catch up to who I am. A soul, spirit, floating around in these atoms and molecules. I am a hope for a new way to be, a sponge ready to absorb and to understand your experiences in our world. I am ready to stand for truths obfuscated and ready to act on revelations. I am moving ever up this spiral path to the center of whatever it is we all share with each creature and plant and rock. I am an evolution of my heart's complex equation. I am listening, open, healing, ready to let the river wash over me. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to let the river wash over me. I want to wake up, know where I'm going. Said I'm ready. Said I'm ready. I want to go where the rivers are overflowing. I'm ready. I'm ready. If it's love overflowing, I'm ready. I'm ready. If the waters can redeem me, I'm ready to let the river wash over me. I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you, Tracy Chapman. Thank you. Okay, go have fun. Spread the word. Outrageous Voices.
If folks would like to make a donation to Outrageous Voices, they can put cash or check in there. Is there a way for people to make a donation with a credit card, or what should they do?
Good point. I guess you just put it in the basket. We don't really have a technological way for you to make a donation.
All right. You should just show up and
Yes.
go to the conference. Register. That's the best way.
That's the best way.
Thanks to everybody watching at home. We really appreciate you. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you.